Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite drinks that I drink almost daily. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I call it my sunshine drink. So I'm going to tell you why I call it that and everything I put in it. It's super refreshing and super good. I love it so much and I hope you do too. So I'm going to talk about the ingredients because I kind of put a lot of stuff in there and sometimes I feel like a little scientist. And when friends come over and they see me making it, they're like, what are you making? Which is fun for me. But we'll just get started. This right here, it's Calm. It's a magnesium drink. It's like a powder that you put in here. And this one is raspberry and lemon flavored. There's not like junk or food coloring or anything in here. It's sweetened with a little bit of stevia. So it's just like completely natural and normal stuff. I like to get my vitamins from a rounded diet. I prefer to eat my vitamins. But even today, if you're eating like a good diet, modern farming, the soil is depleted. So I like to make sure that I have a good foundation on top of my good diet, especially when I'm pregnant. This is like really important. Magnesium, I have been like super diligent about it more toward the end of my pregnancy because it's really good for leg cramps and getting good sleep because it's super relaxing, but it's also like it causes so many things and I'm sure it enhances things in pregnancy. It's linked to nausea, or if you are having an insufficient amount of magnesium in your diet, then you're probably going to have worse morning sickness, which is something I didn't consider in the past, but my friend mentioned it and I did research and it makes sense in general. So I'm going to try that out and see if that helps any with the next time I have morning sickness. This one you can get without calcium. I went ahead and got the calcium. I debated about whether I wanted calcium in it or not because calcium, it conflicts with the absorption of iron and I'm really protective of my iron levels, especially during pregnancy. But this is something that I drink. I don't usually drink this with meals, so I'm not as concerned about that. This is something that I usually drink kind of sipping throughout the day, or I try to make sure I'm drinking it right before a meal because it also helps with your blood sugar. And let me tell you why. Because of apple cider vinegar. So I didn't know this until my last pregnancy, but if you consume like lemon juice or vinegar type something right before you eat, it will help stabilize your blood sugar levels when you're eating. So like it could be something like a French fry, like would normally like cause a huge spike in your blood sugar, but if you drink some vinegar beforehand, it might not like cause that big of a spike, which is really interesting. So I love that. I actually already had been drinking this when I discovered that, and then once I did, I was like, whoa, I'm really glad I do that because not only am I putting apple cider vinegar in here, which is amazing, I love apple cider vinegar, I'm also putting lemon juice in here because why not? And it's super yummy. So this is like a really yummy drink for me. And then I put mineral drops in my drink as well. And I forgot to tell you, I'm like adding this in a quart-sized jar. So like a serving size of these minerals is like 40 drops, which I think is supposed to be half a teaspoon. Yeah. And there's magnesium in here as well. But I don't do a full serving on this. I think I do about 10 drops or so, but that's also like I don't want to overwhelm my body with magnesium. Also, if you're not used to taking magnesium regularly, you definitely need to ease into it because it works as sort of a laxative, which is also great postpartum, which is another reason why I love this drink, because you can add these things and drink this postpartum for any problems you might be having right after birth. So there's that. Another reason why this is great for pregnancy. I add just ground ginger because I'm lazy and this is something that I have. But if you had like fresh ginger juice, that would be amazing. Or like ginger root where you make your own juice. I'm not sure, maybe just putting like some slices of ginger root like in it might work. I'm not sure, but I just add this and I love it. I'm not like a huge fan of ginger, but I do add it and I don't really notice it. And what's funny is when you're pregnant, people will tell you, you should drink ginger ale. But most you know, ginger ale that you get off of the shelf in just like regular big box stores. They don't even have ginger in them, which is hilarious to me. So like this is actually a good drink that doesn't have a bunch of junk in it, where you can get your ginger to help with any of that nausea. I add baobab because I love baobab. If you're not familiar with it, go look it up. Look at all the benefits of baobab. I think that, yeah, baobab has some of the most like concentrated levels of vitamin C. So it's got that like citrusy flavor to it as well. I like it. Some people complain about an aftertaste, but we're adding it to apple cider vinegar. So I don't know. I don't notice that type of stuff. Same with this, the Calm. I have heard of people like to take this, they have to just take a shot, which you can do, just add a little bit and a little bit of water. I think it makes this drink taste good, and you don't notice any kind of funky flavors with the lemon juice and the apple cider vinegar. It just tastes super refreshing. And then another reason why I call this my sunshine drink, I add vitamin D. This is kind of high. This is 4,000 units per drop. I like drops. I like anything that you can add like this to like a drink, rather than just like a pill or something, because this is going to like absorb so much easier in your body. And anyway, I just love it. So make sure to talk to your doctor about this. I just feel like most people are probably deficient in vitamin D, and I know I haven't had my vitamin D tested since I was pregnant with my second child, and I had a deficiency then. So I just started incorporating this, and I kind of went heavily at first, but now I'm kind of just feel like I'm probably in maintenance mode, so I add a couple of drops to this every day. And yeah, all of this stuff, I don't want to put an overwhelming amount in here because I do share this with my kids. My kids love this drink. There was a drink called Good Girl Moonshine that had some of these ingredients, and that's what I had been calling this. But then my kids started saying, you know, like, Mom, drinking moonshine, and here I am, like, you know, like 9 months pregnant drinking my moonshine. So I started adding all of this other good stuff, and so I started calling it my sunshine, which is so much better. I'll show you how I whip this together real quick. Okay, you're gonna have to ignore any mess in the kitchen you see behind me. It is what it is. Call it your daily encouragement. So I'm just gonna whip this together and show you how I do it. I always shake this up. You'll notice it has the mother, that good yeast in there, so I want to make sure that that's not just at the bottom. I'm gonna add like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of this. If you're new to the drink, or apple cider vinegar or acidic type stuff, start small, you'll grow into it. I love apple cider vinegar, so I'm gonna shoot for a tablespoon of that and a tablespoon of this. I am super relaxed. So if you see me and it doesn't look exact, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of Calm. Like I said, I'm kind of getting my source of vitamins from a lot of areas, so I don't just overwhelm my system. You certainly could put as much as you want, or you've discussed with your doctor. That's just what I do. This is on top of like my prenatal vitamin as well, because I'm still breastfeeding right now, so there's that. And like I said, this is a 40 drop, and then I put something like 10-ish drops, or however many I just put in there. And then I just do a shake of ginger, a couple of drops. And I'm gonna put a teaspoon of baobab. So this drink will definitely keep you pretty regular. So yeah, take it easy. But like I said, I just sip on this throughout the day. I love this every day. So I'm gonna add a little bit of ice. So you can add as much ice as you want. I just like to add a little bit so that it doesn't get in the way of me. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but one of the reasons why I use these mineral drops is because I use an Alexa Pure filter, kind of like a Berkey filter you might have heard of. So I just want to make sure that those minerals are put back into my body. So I'm going to fill it up now. Great. So there you have it. Just give it a little stir. See all that goodness in there. And then I just give it a sip, and like I said, I like my apple cider vinegar, so I usually don't mind if it's a little strong, but if you find it a little strong, you know, drink off the top and then just keep adding water to dilute it down. And then just drink on this throughout the day and before meals. It'll be great for you in your pregnancy, in postpartum, when you're breastfeeding, or just in general to help stabilize your blood sugar. It's really good stuff. If you have a sweetener you want to add to it, like maybe you have a preferred stevia or something, you can toss that in here too. I don't like it sweet. I like it that really like acidic vinegary taste. So I don't add any, but you could. So yeah, that's all there is to it. You just can whip that up in the morning and then drink it throughout the day, and it is so good for you. Let me know in the comments if you watch this. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.